My name is Amber Crow, and I, along with Carly, we are debating on whether or not NFL players should have to stand for the national anthem. And I am on the side that they should have to stand during the national anthem. This big controversy started back in August of 2016 when Colin Kaepernick, the former quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, decided to take a knee during the national anthem. When he was later interviewed and asked why he did this, he said that he was bringing attention to police brutality and social inequality, and he was also protesting because of criminal justice reform and a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. And we are all familiar with Trayvon Martin. He was a young man that was shot in Florida by a white cop, and they think, and when I say they, I mean the black community think that it was unjustifiable killing. Michael Brown, he was shot in St. Louis by a white officer, and Freddie Gray, he was the young man in police custody in Baltimore, Maryland, and he later died because of neck and spinal injuries while in custody. So as part of the Black Lives Matter, they feel that these shootings, killings were unjustifiable. And later on in St. Louis and in Baltimore, there were protests burning down businesses and, attacking law enforcement and authority figures. So the question is why Colin Kaepernick did this, and he feels that by taking a knee during the national anthem, he is standing up for the black community, and he is showing that he's protesting and he's not going to stand for a country that has social inequality against the black community. There was a quote by one of the NFL players that says, "We will not stand for the injustice that has plagued black or people of color." So this is why the NFL players are taking a knee during the national anthem. They say that the black people in this country are not being treated fairly, and that racism is still out there. And I'm going to debate on why people or NFL players should stand for the national anthem. And one of the reasons is respect. Freedom isn't free. Our country, we have to defend and maintain her. And, of course, we belong to, the British, and, we fought, to get away from them, so we have to keep it. And that's why we have the military. They risk their lives every day to defend our country, to defend our freedom, to defend the people of America. And by not standing up, you are showing disrespect for them. There are plenty of the soldiers that never made it home, or that have come home with brain injuries, missing limbs, PTSD, etc., things like that. So it's just a sign of respect to stand up when the Star Spangled Banner is played. And by kneeling during the national anthem, it's just an ineffective way to protest. If you want to protest, and if you want to bring attention, about the Black Lives Matter and that movement, bring it to a person in the legislator, bring it to a councilman's attention, bring it to state, bring it to local authority figures that can maybe help you get your concerns across. And also there's social media. Almost everybody is a part of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So there are plenty of ways to get your point across, and kneeling during the national anthem is not one of them. By doing this, they are causing division in our country. We are at a vulnerable state where we should be coming together as a country and not battling against one another. And this is a topic that is dividing the country apart. Some people say, oh, they shouldn't have to stand for the national anthem. It's their right not to. And some people are, highly outraged that they are not standing, and they're highly outraged that the higher ups are not making them stand and putting their foot down. Donald Trump, our president, for example, he said in a conference that they should be fired if they're not going to stand for the national anthem because it shows disrespect for our country and our veterans. Mike Pence, our vice president, he was at a Colts game and left because the players were not standing during the national anthem. That just shows you the great respect that they have for this country and the great respect that they have for the soldiers who have fought, who are fighting, and who have lost their lives for our country and our freedom of speech. So there's really no right or wrong probably answer to this debate. It's kind of based on your opinion. But those are just some of the reasons why I feel like they should have to stand during the national anthem. They suit up. They're there to play a game. They aren't there to protest about something that doesn't even apply to the game. If they want to protest, they should do it on their own time, and they should do it in a more effective way. And I found during this couple of facts that I looked up, I have found that over 20,000 people have boycotted the NFL, and that's buying merchandise, buying tickets to the game, or even watching the game on TV. So you can just see how outraged people are about this. And I found a quote from Edward Henderson. He was a veteran of the Army, and he says, "We gave them the right to kneel. It's their right, but I feel they chose the wrong time." And how I interpret that quote is that yes, you have a right of freedom of speech. You have a right. That's what the First Amendment is about. But there's a time and a place for it, and before a football game is the incorrect time to bring these issues up. You can go, you can go to your city, you can go to your state, you can go, to the councilman and try to get your point across that way. And if that doesn't work, there's social media. Social media goes a long way. Like I said before, everyone is entitled to their opinion. I don't think that there is a right, wrong answer, right, wrong solution to this debate, but in my opinion, they should have to be able to stand. And when you are kneeling during the national anthem, what are you teaching? What are you teaching our youth? You're teaching them that it is okay to disrespect veterans that have fought so hard to keep the freedoms that we have, and to keep us having a great place to live, which is America. You're also teaching them that if you play professional sport and if you make millions of dollars, you can do these types of things with no punishment, really. They suited up. They came here to play a game. They didn't come here to protest, and if you want to protest, do it on your own time and in the right way. So in conclusion, they should have to stand for the national anthem because it shows respect, it shows that you have dignity, and it shows that you are proud of, your heritage, and you're proud of the people that have risked their life, who have lost their lives to keep us and our fellow Americans safe.